All right, NHL, I'm coming at you again, part 2 of this series, 4 videos of things I really hope you will consider changing this offseason into next regular season. Again, in our last video, we talked about the headshot crisis, and all of this from me comes with a place of love and consideration, and I just want the best for you and the future of the league, okay? So here we go. Number 2 on my list, you need to totally overhaul the goalie interference situation right now. The language surrounding this rule, 69.1, it leaves so much gray area. And I'm not going to read it here, but I'll put it on the screen. Again, Rule 69.1, it uses words like impairs, and reasonable, and incidental, and hindered. My point here is that all of those words suggest a certain gray area that is not black and white at all. And that is exactly what we need to enforce a rule league-wide with so many different variables, circumstances, and situations. I mean, just like hits to the head, no two goaltender interference calls are really the same. The contact, the timing, the game situation, maybe one player was pushed into another, was the goalie coming out on the skater, was the skater able to stop in time? Again, so many different variables. This really is a difficult thing to figure out. Let's be honest about it. But what we need right now is clear black and white rules. Contact or none? Does being in the crease matter? Does being outside the crease matter? There's so much left to interpretation with Rule 69.1 right now. It drives people mad. And especially in a day and age where so many games are decided by the slimmest of margins, every goal matters, every goal counts. We're not even just talking about playoff games here. I'm going back to the regular season. Everything is so tight, you've got to get something like goaltender interference correct league-wide right now. You look at how and where goals are scored in this day and age, it's not surprising there is a dilemma like this. How many guys are parked right out in front, either to be used as a screen so the goalie can't see, or also so they're in prime position to tip a puck or put one home off a rebound. But because that style of play has become so popular, I mean, the rules definitely need to address it. What's allowed, what's not, and again, just how much contact is allowable, because sometimes we've seen a skater's and a goalie's actual skates come clanking together, and that's goalie interference sometimes. Other times, it's absolutely nothing. A lot of times, we'll see contact between sticks of a skater and a goalie, and that's called interference occasionally, but not all the time. So just like hits to the head, right, this is of a bit of a lesser extent, because we're not typically talking about anybody's safety here. We're just talking about game results. But consistency needs to be figured out in these rulings. I feel like right now, if you, not me, not Randy Hahn, if you are broadcasting a game, say from your house, and you're watching a play unfold where there was some contact right out front of the crease, you may not even know, well, is that goalie interference? Because it looked like a call I saw 2 weeks ago that was, but then again, last night there was a very similar play that was not a penalty. It was not an infraction, and the goal was allowed. So my point is here, the unpredictability, the lack of consistency, it makes it frustrating. It makes it maddening for fans, broadcasters, heck, coaches, players. All they really want to do is know what to expect. And that way, they can better strategize around it. Again, I think a lot of this just starts with the rules. The wording is not terrific. And you know what? If you were to provide video examples of what's a good goal and what's goalie interference, I think that would help everybody across the board too. But don't just put this in a random spot tucked away on your website. Put it out there over and over for everybody to see, comprehend, and understand, and put it out there with your brand new rule. How good would you look if this summer, going into next season, you came out with a sparkling new rule that was supposed to eliminate the controversy surrounding goalie interference? Because I know everybody watching this on YouTube right now is cheering it on. All right, next time in part 3 of this series, we're going to discuss video review. That also needs a looking at before next season.